Hey, what's up, Strong Sexy Muscle? It's your girl Melissa. And actually, right now, I am in my office. I am in between some time at work where I teach phys ed, pre K through eighth graders. And, you know, this is our second day of school, so we're having our back to school nights. And it made me think about the topic for today. Now, we obviously know that school education is extremely important. And it made me start thinking because just like anyone who would want to be in a figure competition, there are certain ways that you should educate yourself on how to train. And I remember all the time we would go to my grandmother's house. My parents would drop me off at my grandmom's house, and because she would drive us to school because both of my parents were teachers. So I remember on the way to school, or even coming back from school, my grandma would always say, you need to learn your golden rule in school. You need to know the three R's, which was funny because it's not really all three R's, but your reading, writing, and arithmetic. Those three things were kind of a part of like that golden rule of school. These were the things you need to be educated. And if your reading was good, if your writing was good, and if your math skills or your arithmetic was good, then you had a great foundation. Those were the basics. And like I said, in it being back to school night, it made me think of it from anyone that's starting a figure prep or who wants to start training for their first figure competition. It could be lots of different questions. When we come in school, first day of school, you're excited, you're nervous, but you got to see the new setup for whatever teacher you're having. What's the system? How is it structured, even though you have those basics in place? Every teacher's different, your classmates are different, so it adds different elements of you learning, but ultimately it's basic foundational principles that you need. They're kind of the golden rules of, creating a gorgeous, sexy muscle, a gorgeous physique. It's the golden rules and the basics that you have. So it's basically three R's is, what I'll call it too. The right nutrition, which obviously is going to consist of good proteins, healthy fats, good quality carbs like sweet potatoes, brown rice, you have plenty of different protein sources, like chicken, lean ground turkey, fish, lean cuts of red meat, and then obviously plenty of fruits and vegetables. So you want to have the right nutrition in place. You want to be able to fuel throughout your day to fuel your training, because of the second part would be relentless training. So when you're in the gym, you are really training with a purpose. You are relentless. You have what you need to do for that day. You have your planned workouts, but you attack it with a relentless energy and enthusiasm so that you can get the most out of your training. And then that third R for basics of figure training, or really any training where you're trying to really build and sculpt a strong, sexy muscle physique and all, would be recovery. You breaking your body down in the gym, you're training so that your muscles and your body adapts. But then when you're actually recovering, whether that's with a good post-workout shake or a good quality meals throughout the day, but then your rest, cool down periods, your stretching, yoga, things that calm the body down, allow it to be in an environment to really grow and to thrive. And those are things to really keep in mind when you're preparing for a figure competition, or you're really trying to take your body to the next level, is when it comes down to it, always go back to the basics. You have different elements that you can, put a part of your program. Just like in school, you have different teachers, you have different classmates that help you learn and thrive and grow. But when it really comes down to it, it's those basics. Okay, so it's the right nutrition, it's your relentless training, and it's your recovery. Those are the things when you're getting back to basics that are always and should always be there. You can learn different things and be creative with your training to make it fun, make you stick with it. But just always know that you really need to always keep those certain basics in mind. And then grow and thrive by adding other elements that you see that can really work for you. Okay, so I hope gives you something to think about. Always stick to the basics when you're training for a figure competition. When you're just trying to take your body to the next level, know that it's the certain basic principles that you need to keep in mind. School yourself, but always know that it's going to be those basics that you need to keep in mind if you're really trying to build and sculpt some strong, sexy muscle and prepare yourself in any endeavor in life, and obviously to rock the stage if you're trying to do a figure competition. So, I hope you've enjoyed this, and until next time, it's yours in strength and sexiness.